from the days when we had to make the waist stretch. Now it's Vacherons and all the Marpé sets. You wanna get money with me? Say less. Say less. You wanna get money with me? Say less.
What's poppin', people? Welcome back to another episode of Say Less with Kaz.
Yo. Lowe's not here.
That's weird, right?
But I wore forces for him. So Low.
There was the forces solidarity, I respect.
You know?
Yes.
And Rosy.
What up, Rosy?
What's up?
Doing good. Eddin is sitting in Lowe's chair.
I'm just a mild replacement.
Keeping the chair warm.
Very mild, yeah. Don't worry about me.
You keep the chair warmer than most.
Damn.
Hey, yo.
Damn. Oh my God.
You know
I just got here.
No, so basically we were about to record today and Lowe hit us up very late last night. It was like, hey, I'm getting pulled in to an emergency recording at Apple.
Which I still don't understand what an emergency recording means. But
something has to be dropping.
Something must have went down for them to be an emergency recording. So let the speculation begin. When
PG Lowe
is.
What if that's the emergency meeting?
Well, he was in LA,
not really
right?
at Apple,
He was in LA.
He was in LA last week.
What if he's not really at Apple? He has a meeting with Kendrick.
Maybe. Who knows? Maybe he's at the
Why is
TD
he lying to
headquarters
us?
right now.
Why is he lying to us?
The PG
The PG lair? Is that the PG lair?
PG allegations.
Kendrick and Baby King. But so he was over there and we were just obviously, you know what, fine. Handle Apple business. Apple comes first. Eddin's here, Tion's here, Rosy's here. We'll bang out an episode and we'll happen. But a funny thing happened on the way to, putting our episode together and preparing. We're scrolling through Twitter. And,
X.
Eddin's X, whatever. I don't know who really calls it X, but we're scrolling through X. And as Eddin is putting together the topics that we're going to talk about, obviously the beef aftermath is what we all want to get into.
Big
but
balls.
turns out, as we're waiting, Low, as he could only do in low-key fashion, got the timeline jumping once again. This time, he is in the crosshairs of one...
Very angry Meek Mill.
Meek Mill, yeah. Who's
Dare I call them Twitter fingers?
hey, you said it?
Yep. That was...
Not I.
I
That
didn't say
was
it.
her.
Drake said it first.
But
we just agreed.
if we could, Eddin, if you have the tweets, we can pull
I'll put the
quick.
tweets up there on the screen.
Let's pull up the tweets. While you're doing it, we can discuss just how much of the fallout. First off, thank you guys for joining us here on Say Less with Kaz, Loki, Rosy, youtube.com/Kazeem, wherever you listen to podcasts. Thank you. Search Say Less with Kaz, Loki, Rosy, pops right up. Following up from the past couple of weeks, I mean, there's so much to talk about.
So much tension still.
So much tension in the air.
I told you, I think last episode, I feel like that angry drunk guy in the club.
Yeah.
Walking around like, you talking to me?
Yeah, everybody's on edge.
Who you talking to?
I'm getting the boot right now.
Right now.
That's what everybody's done in the past week. Eddin, if you could just run down.
I'm sorry. It's getting worse. I don't know if
Oh, they're
It's
still
getting worse
tweeting.
as we're talking. It's
But
still
well,
going forward.
first of all, I just want to say this is Loki's fault first.
This is low-key's fault.
22 hours ago,
Okay.
Loki, you know him as Loki,
Yes.
put Meek stand out. Please stand out. Meek Mill reacted to that. He said, for what I'm on year 15 talking the same way, making millions, feeding the family, some of y'all need to stand up. That should take you far.
Oh.
Right. Loki says, I'm simply speaking on the exchange with King Combs and Fifth. That should have nothing to do with you.
But it kind of does.
It
Go ahead.
kind of does. Meek Mill said, what in the world makes a man like you, try to talk to a person like me, to stand down in anything? You look like you never chased your own dreams, bro. Dudes told me to stand down.
I don't like that. I like that.
Hold on. I don't like it because Lowe's my friend, but if Lowe wasn't your friend,
Stop. Don't do this.
That was her.
That's harsh.
That was her.
No, I'm not laughing out
What
loud.
did I-
We're not laughing.
hold on.
We're
What
laughing
did I
with
say
you.
last episode? I don't care if something's true or not. If it's funny,
If it's funny, you gonna laugh. I ain't gonna lie.
It's funny.
Nah, I'm not gonna.
It don't have to be true. It's funny.
The
That
dream
shit is
chaser
funny to
telling you
say.
look like you never chased your own dreams. Is
That
crazy.
shit is
Oh,
hilarious.
gosh, Texas.
You look like you never chased your own dreams, bro. Told me to stand down from trying to become a millionaire over a drug dealer.
Text right now. I can't read my text right now. You know? Put two and two together, Rosie.
Low.
Not low. Anyway, continue. Meek Mill.
Meek then later he said, who's to judge anybody right now while babies getting blew up? And in Africa, they in another slave reality for money. You have to understand that they locked me up many times, 23-1 in the cell. This is entertaining to me. I'm late in the sun.
Okay, that is a wild transition.
I'm about to say that's a wild false equivalency. People can focus on more than one thing
No, it
at
gets
a time,
worse.
but go ahead.
Because then Meek then tweeted at Low. It wasn't even in the thread anymore.
Uh-oh.
Right? With a picture of Lowe's Abby. Again, I'm going to put this up there. How can you tell me to stand down in anything? Just look at your carry. Y'all narrative bot trolling. I ain't trolling. I didn't even know this was you. You never be vocal around me when we in the same room. Why be like that here? And it's low key, which I'm going to put this image up. And it's low key smoking his hookah.
You see?
On Twitter.
Here's the thing. I can talk about that, Meek, not you.
Yeah.
That's my
We
friend.
do the low-key shaming.
That's my friend to shame, not you.
Only
damn it.
we troll him and roast him. Okay?
It's not over.
Okay.
Oh God, what else happened?
Low-key said, thanks for showing off my Abby. Appreciate that, LOL. That was a strong LOL.
It was
It was all lowercase. No, it was all
all caps?
lowercase. It was all
okay.
lowercase.
Oh, that's even more disrespectful. Actually.
Also, I said stand down from a situation that had nothing to do with you. That's it. Ain't no narrative, ain't no troll. I didn't say anything disrespectful to you or about you. I simply just said that shit ain't got nothing to do with you. And this, all caps. And this is how you take it. Say less, my G. Promoted the show.
Oh, say less. That's our podcast.
And then wait.
There's more?
Yeah. Meek said, I'm just telling you, save your imagination for a plan or something. Guys like you don't even tell guys like me what to do in no arena, not even on the internet. And you know that. Last thing he said was, I really don't like your jeans, but hey.
Wait, Will said that to Meek?
No,
Or
Meek said that to Love.
Hold on, time out.
I really don't like your jeans,
I'm not
but
laughing.
hey,
No, I'm
not my boy.
Hold on.
That's not happening.
I'm also not laughing at that because Meek,
Let's talk
I
about.
seen your
can we talk
acid
about
wash
pants?
jeans that you be wearing, bruh. Don't do that.
damn, not the acid wash.
The acid wash, she still dressed like it's 2001 in the country. Like, don't do that. I've seen your jeans, bro. I've seen them. Don't do that.
I'll say this though, man. Meek definitely tweet like he talk. I can hear every tweet.
And he's yelling at us.
It's like, nobody in any arena
And
tells
he's
you.
yelling at us.
Tell me how to talk in any way.
I don't like your jeans.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't like your jeans.
Nah, Meek, don't do that.
Nah, so
Don't do that.
listen, man. I ain't gonna go. All right.
I just feel like they wear the same jeans.
They kind of no.
Like, Meek's,
I feel like-
Meek's jeans are more fitted, but it's like the same style.
As a man, I don't want to talk about another man's jeans.
I mean, we
But
talk
I
about
feel like
Cash jeans all the time.
We do talk about cash.
Lo is getting in the elevator right now, and he's gonna hop on.
I
I don't think he saw that last week.
I don't think, but you know what? We'll break it to him.
Yeah.
breaking news.
We're breaking
Beep,
news
beep, beep,
right
beep. Hold
But-
on, let me see Meek's jeans. I'm confused.
So we really breaking
dead ass.
these men's attire down right now.
Well, because he's talking
This
about.
has been the craziness of the past 3 weeks. Kendrick and Drake have put the world on a different axis. Like people's just patience are low. People are just beefing, dropping diss tracks, responding to people. No couth at all between anybody, anywhere right now. And the aftermath to this entire Kendrick Drake thing, let's do the old breakdown and the ishkabibbles of everything, right? Kendrick wins. 3 top 10 songs.
I think it's official, right?
I think we could all.
We could all officially. Rosie, do you agree?
What?
You would say that?
Calm
Kendrick
down,
won?
woman.
Oh no, I'm looking for Meek's jeans.
Meek's
You said what?
jeans.
Would you say Kendrick won?
I always said that. I said that before he responded.
Damn.
Because I was saying that's somebody that you just don't like. He don't bother nobody really. So I feel like
I disagree. I feel like he was the one that started all this.
well because
Really?
because
I mean, I don't know. Drake
if you heard the bars, he said he was asked to be on the song. He's like,
He started it the right way.
Why would you ask me to be on a song when we got shit to address?
True.
So maybe that pissed him off and was like, you know what, man, fuck 3.
It's just big me.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I hear that. I would say, okay, Kendrick, 3 top 10 records. Not Like Us, biggest song in the world right now. Viral as hell.
Crazy.
TikTok jams.
It's so good.
Seeing people make anime cartoons about the beef. Like the ability, the folks' creativity on the internet is astounding.
Did we even talk about BBL Drizzy?
We haven't even touched on BBL Drizzy. The UGC, the unit generated content diss record, where the entire world is, and just the aftermath of this whole thing has just been so wild for me to see. On one side, it's wild to see, and we're going to talk about LA in a bit. Kendrick, you won. You got this. But
wait.
LA folks have been acting.
Hold on. Before you continue.
An entire fool.
I think it's fair.
Before you continue.
Yeah.
I was at work this weekend. I was
Okay.
at a club, guys. So it was the first time hearing it outside.
In the wild. Yeah.
Dog.
Nuts.
The response is exactly what you think it was,
Yeah.
but crazier.
Yeah.
And there was, I remember, y'all know I'm an asshole. I remember there was one table that wasn't dancing. I was like, y'all must be OV hoes. They were like, I'm like, y'all must be OV hoes. I get it. I wouldn't dance either if that was
It's
from my
rough,
loyalty line.
yo. It's rough
But
to
when
be
I tell you,
OVO
they
card
rang it
carrying
back
member.
like 6 times and it just,
Yo, I was talking about this online. I'm like, even with, granted, the disses definitely gave it the momentum for everyone to be listening to it as soon as it dropped. But the song's so good, even without the disses. Like, there's moments in the song that I think would have caught the club anyway. But gosh, hearing thousands of people say A minor,
my favorite line.
and hearing thousands of people say
OV ho.
OV hoes, say certified lover boys, certified pedophiles. Like, it's just words I just never thought I would hear chanted in a club.
The song is good.
but
On
you
top
saw
of that,
how
it's
you
just a
saw
good
how
song,
Drakey's switched the narrative to say, oh, there Drake goes giving you another number one. Like, I saw that narrative.
I ain't gonna hold you.
Y'all
Sounds
saw
very
that, though?
Trumpy. Feels very Trumpy.
It is a little
to me.
But y'all
Trumpy,
didn't
right?
see that?
It's a little Trumpy. It's a little Trumpy.
Break it down,
Like-
though. Break it
They're
down.
like,
Like,
congrats.
yeah.
He gave you another number one, Kendrick. And I'm like, what?
The wildest shit. It reminds me, I'm sorry, it reminds me of when President Trump lost the election and he spent the next 3 months from October to January trying to convince motherfuckers he didn't lose. Like, if you look at anybody on social media, OVO community on X, there's like people's whole Twitter pages, X pages dedicated to breaking down. We got like this Riddler dude who comes out of nowhere with like all of this like equipment and evidence about. Then there's this person with disabilities in a chair that pops up out of left field. Like, so many characters have popped, like more characters have popped out of this than like a Clue, like a game of Clue. It was like,
Did you guys see the Kendrick website, the hater website?
okay, liar.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
It's weird. It's some Batman shit. Like
both sides. Well, I have.
Drake fans made that?
a Kendrick hater allegedly is who
Kendrick.
made it.
You could see both sides of the Kendrick stands and the Drake stands take this to levels I didn't think it would be taken to. Like, it's way past music at this point. Like, people are spending hours of their days talking about like the moral fiber of each of these
Like a
rappers,
conspiracy
right?
theory at
It's
this
like,
point.
well, we got to prove that this person was a domestic abuser, and it's like, oh, we got to prove this person was a pedophile and possibly harmed this man in a chair. That's, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And then there's this dude, Ebony Prince, who's like leaving little like breadcrumbs like he's the Riddler about like the 616 in LA artwork and where he got the Ozempic pills, and then academics selling Drake out and be like, yeah, those were his pills, that was his shirt, Drake lied and all this other stuff. He just didn't know about the kid and whatnot.
Not only is there just the aftermath of them two,
Yes.
but now we're getting into the world of other beefs coming up. Pause. If we need to really do that.
Both Lo said he's getting taken directly into the studio. He can't.
Oh shit. That's fine.
This is a
That's
new
fine.
level of I'm trying to get like you, big dog.
Yeah. Sir, we have the package.
We got big time, Lo big time us on our own pod.
That's crazy.
Go ahead, Meek.
Now he got to. Now he got to export it.
That's crazy.
Man's in the suit, came in with the sunglasses. Like,
see, back to what I said. I think that shit is funny. To end a tweet, I don't like your jeans. Like,
that's kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie to
that's
you.
funny.
That was a little bit.
That is hilarious.
But I can't take Meek's
I don't like
side.
your jeans, by the way, or your
We
hat.
can't. Yeah, we
Can't take
We
Meek's
can.
side.
Yeah.
I can be objective when it comes to Kendrick Drake. I can be objective to any rap beef. I'm not being objective here. Meek, you're wrong. You're wrong. I'm on Lo's side.
but wrong.
No, stop.
It's hilarious.
Stop it. Stop it.
Look, after
I'm
all that
taking
happened,
sides.
I'm alive.
we still have a lot of other beefs to address.
Yes.
Not at the top of Loki and Meek. Let's start with this.
Okay.
We got King Comb
Yeah.
versus 50.
That's stupid.
Well, it's not. Well, it's kind of stupid, but it's going kind of crazy right now because how it all started was because
Well, I haven't
King
seen
Combs
it,
or Christian, right? He laid out his own diss track on 50 Cent, basically addressing all the bullshit he said.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is all right.
It's bad, right?
Continue. Go ahead.
The problem is that 50 responded. Which
Of
is always,
course, it's
which is
50.
always going to be the problem.
Shocked that
That's-
50 responded.
That's the
Not
pettiest. Not
Curtis
the,
Jackson?
Yeah, yeah.
not the man that bought all,
rapper?
the whole front row seat to Ja Rule concert.
His initial comment was,
There's no way.
I feel so threatened by the things Christian is saying on his record. I'm afraid for my life. Please don't hurt me, guys. I never mentioned or posted anything about Puffy's kids because Keith D said he killed Tupac and with a big ass LOL. Yeah. And then he put up a picture because and basically highlighted his case right now, King Combs' case of sexual assault. So I don't even want to even dwell down in that, but I'll just say the caption
if
is
50
bad.
wasn't hilarious.
Yeah.
He is.
If 50 wasn't hilarious, would this be behavior anybody would encourage? Be honest.
You little sex worker.
Like,
No, I don't think so
if
because
50 wasn't hilarious, people would look at him all types of crazy. They would.
But he is.
But he's hilarious.
So-
So it's like everything he says and does, especially when it comes to things that people don't want to talk about, especially stuff that feels a little, you know what I mean?
But also
like,
touchy.
don't want to. That's
Christian
touchy.
Combs is how
He's
old?
Touching it.
Christian Combs,
Because I think he's taking
not
it
a
like,
child.
but he's taking.
he's not a child. He's
like-
26.
They're treating it like Meek is like
26.
leave that kid alone. Like he's 26-year-old. Like yes, he's
26.
younger.
I mean, he looks
but
like
he's
a
not
kid,
a
but-
child. Right?
Yeah, he's not a child.
Right.
He also like made the diss.
He's
He
26?
He's 26. He made the diss song.
Very
But
underdeveloped.
this is the funny part of the diss song where, again, I think to your point,
Right.
right? 50 is funny, so this is what makes it hilarious,
Yeah.
right? There's a line that he picked out, which was, knock them walls down like when them Fetty boys ran in both of our cribs. Too bad they ain't know we about to run in the next door because that's the one they missed. 50 said, now why would you say some
Now,
shit
why
like
would
that?
you do that? Why you
When you
snitching?
know the feds is investigating you, is you stupid or is you dumb? Big LOL.
That is kind of stupid. I'm not
first
gonna
of all,
lie.
they could come back.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh, which one did
First
we
off-
miss? Because your lyrics said.
first off, this is like if you're making a book or a movie about like a rap empire falling, the first thing that happens is the idiot raps about it before. Like, if the feds already done kicked the doors down and are like, why would you even put anything out? Like, why would you even
He's 26.
put more eyes on? I don't know. Anyway,
I'm going to
That's
blame it that he's young.
Not
but-
my circus, no more monkeys. Okay, like,
Look, on top of that, see, now let's go to the other side of the exchange,
Yeah.
right? Because again, I think it's a good point that you made that it is funnier with 50 because he
For
knows
sure.
how to move it around.
For sure.
But then you got Soldier and Metro,
that
right?
doesn't seem funny at all.
Which doesn't seem funny at all,
No, it doesn't.
right?
Why not?
Because so what happened is that Soldier basically found, or someone sent him a picture of one of Metro's tweets being like, "Oh, and I'll show you right now. My phone rings to come to the studio with Jeezy. Your rings to send Soldier Boy a pack of beats. Sit down, right?" And this is from 2012, July 2012, right? And then Soldier took that and said, "All the streams, sales, money, and fame are not going to bring your mom back."
See, last week we were talking about if there's lines to cross. Like, there's clearly a line. And people was, oh, there's no lines to rap. Like, there's always
Okay.
clearly a fucking line.
But he went down, like he said, was it worth it? I could say fuck all this money and fame and shit and still be a boss, can you? I don't give a fuck. It's always cool when a dude comes at me, but I want to defend myself. It's too much. Like,
Well, because you had nothing else to say. That's what I think. It's like he had nothing else. It's kind of like arguing with like a child. They don't have anything to say, so they just start like mocking you and shit.
There's
Where it's
people.
like, your mom's not coming back. But it's like there's nothing valid for him
on
to
Mother's
say.
Day, by the way.
Yeah,
There's
nah,
nothing valid for him to say to Metro to make Metro upset or triggered but that.
Yeah.
Some people will go lower than low, and there's no line for them. And those are the people I want.
I need
nothing
Lo to
do
go
with.
lower on
Like,
Twitter.
But see, now that's so okay. So we talked about this last episode.
right.
Well, you guys talked about it last episode about rules of the beef.
Mm.
That's a rule.
What's the rule?
Parents, yeah, especially in the
Dead parents.
when you hear in the manner of what happened to Metro's
Right.
mom, you know what happened.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think anybody really talks about that because it's extremely tragic and
I don't know
extremely
how she
terrible.
passed.
So it
She was
murdered.
murdered. Yeah, murder suicide. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like, of course there's.
But did you guys reserve the
always-
same energy when Nicki mentioned Megan's mom?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I
there's
think that's what
always a
I
line.
think everybody
Like,
looked at her super twisted after that.
Yeah, like nobody looked at Nicki and was like, "Oh, that was fair game. That's normal
Yeah.
behavior." Like, nah, like that's foul as hell.
Yeah.
That's foul as hell. You know, like and listen, this is why, as much as I am entertained by the music portion
Right.
of all the beefs and all this type of stuff, this is where we got to be like, all right, let's reel everything in, because I think in the past, like, was how long? How, not like us in what 2 weeks old now, just about. And the 2 weeks before that, I think I'm glad that this song got so big because it really kind of like palate cleansed us from how dark those other records Kendrick put out about Drake was. And them joints was dark. Like 616 in LA, dark as hell.
Meet the Grams.
Meet the Grams.
Fuck.
I mean,
That shit was dark.
and now and again,
Hilarious.
this is let's go with the premise that this is where these artists got their information from, right? If it's true, not true, whatever, these like OD like Kendrick stan, Drake stans put these stories together, and this is where they got their information from, right? Meet the Grams, initially, I didn't like it at first, especially when it felt like, you know, Drake made it seem like he was fed info. There's other people saying that was not the case. Like, that song sounds completely different now and sounds like some real heavy shit, right? And people acting like this can't escalate to something worse are being like extremely just short-sighted. Like, this could absolutely escalate
Right.
to something
bad.
worse. Like, Drake's house was what? It was trespassers going past the house. People got shot in front of the joint.
But I think
Past
that
couple
was
of
over
weeks.
a different beef Drake had.
I'm sure it has, but still,
It escalates things.
things get
Like to a public
escalated.
in a public
Yeah.
manner, because then people see that and low-key they want to recreate that.
Yeah, there's
They
like
start fucking going more and
Yeah.
more, and that's what kinda-
copycatters out there. Like,
yeah, it's annoying. It's
Drake's house is a very public address. People
It ruins
know where he
it
lives.
ruins the fun of a rap beef like this when you start doing bullshit like that.
Yeah.
When the public starts doing some fuck shit.
That's the only thing. That was the reason why I think Cole backed out. I think that's the reason why I was a little hesitant about this entire beef in the first place, because it sounded like Kendrick and Drake really do not like each other.
I think Drake wants to be Kendrick's friend, and Kendrick's like, nah.
That's
can
what I
see
think
that.
too, right?
It's given like, come on, let's just be friends.
Yeah, it's like, yo,
Let's talk about this.
it's like, yo, everybody else likes me. Why don't you like me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So do you
And
think in a
Kendrick's
way
like,
that-
here's why I don't like you.
That Drake kind of
Here's why
like.
these people don't like you.
Well,
think
that's
that-
why he asked him to be on first person shooter.
You think that
He was
that
trying to make
he
like the
liked
big
this,
three
though?
something, huh?
Maybe he liked the fact that they had this whole rap beef because like it kind of it didn't bring him like a little closer.
I think so. So it is in a weird way, I think this will eventually end up on them
It's like a
making a song.
like an ex-girlfriend.
I'd be tight about that.
You'd be tight
yeah, I
about
would
it?
be tight.
A song.
You ain't put me through
I
that
don't need a
emotional
song with
roller
them
coaster
anymore.
I don't think it'll ever happen, but like I just feel
to
like
get back together.
I don't know. Like there is some lines in that Kendrick record when he's like, "Yo, you lied on the only artist that can help you," which I'm assuming he's talking about himself. He's talking about stripping the ego, try some ayahuasca. Therapy's a good start, but like you know what I mean. Like he's giving him like real actual advice, and if you strip the ego away and you do these things to, if you know you have all these. Granted, you could. The reason why the Drake this is hit so hard is that they felt like personal. They were so personal to Drake. It talked about he has gambling addictions. He's, you know what I mean, a nymphomaniac. He's, you know, not the most honest person, you know, his fatherhood, like all this type of stuff. And if the entire world is singing along to these things, it has to affect you a little bit. Like, even if it's not all the way true, like, it has to, at some level, make you at least look in the mirror. Like, even if this shit ain't true, these people believe it. And they're singing their hearts out to it. And this is my target audience. Like, these are the people that I've been selling to for the past 15 years plus. And they are getting glee out of me getting hit like this. So, I don't think it's out the complete realm of possibility if somewhere down the line they find themselves making a song together.
I
or doing
think it is.
something
I
together.
don't think Kendrick
I
would
But
still
right
ever-
now, it is.
I don't think Kendrick would ever do that.
I think
Especially after
I
this
think it would make Kendrick look crazy. Yeah.
It would make Kendrick.
I think Kendrick would be like, no, no.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, yeah.
You seen Pac make a song with Biggie? No.
Seeing them in the same
But
room.
I
that's
would have
different.
loved to see Pac make a song with Biggie.
Yeah, but
after all that,
that was not
but
happening.
because it went too far. It went too far. So that's my whole thing. Like this week, it got to a point where I'm like, yeah, this is getting a little uncomfortable for me, for my taste. Like when Top has to get on X and say, okay, this is publicly over and all this type of stuff, and all these Riddler stuff is coming out, and everybody's all cryptic with their responses.
People make it weird.
Like it got so like QAnon weird this week about this rap beef where it just stopped being fun. I was like, all right, I'll just throw on Not Like Us and then all right.
Yo, but that I think that's the I think you said that.
Yeah.
That's the palate cleanser.
That's the palate cleanser.
Yeah.
Like just throw that
You
record
just enjoy
on.
that. You just enjoy the song. You move. Oh,
And just
yo.
move the fuck
Yeah,
on.
until the A minor.
Nah, that shit. Bro, I'm telling you, I played that
can't
3
beat
times
that,
this weekend.
dog.
3 times.
Oh my
I
god.
And it
just
hit
keep
every
rewinding
single
that
time.
part.
And I played it after the motto,
Yeah.
which is a mustard and mustard.
So all right, so as nightlife connoisseurs, nightlife, like how does the Drake get received in the crowd right now? Like,
Normal.
People still
No, like the regular tracks, like One Day, like all his summer.
All that's
hits that
fine.
that's fine.
Yeah.
But when it comes to They're Not Like Us,
Are the
they don't
DJs
play.
like talking over the Drake records? And they're like, hey, you know what I mean?
It's regular,
Been a
but
tough week for our boy. Like, what are they saying? Like, what happened?
no, but no, this ain't
Nothing.
nothing. It's regular.
Okay.
But they're not playing any of his diss tracks.
No, I don't
It's
know
just they don't-
anyone who's playing any Drake diss tracks
Yeah.
in the club right now.
I haven't heard Family Matters in the wild once.
No.
Like, it's all been like my Spotify or like going to play it.
Yeah.
Not Like Us. The day after it dropped, I saw people blaring that in their cars in the city.
You either hear like that
You
or
know
not.
I live
this.
uptown and I heard it outside.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
crib walking in the damn, that's crazy. I didn't even know y'all could do that.
It's weird.
It was like
really
a weird mix of getting light and crib walking.
Look, one more before we go into Afro beef. By the way, we got Game and Ross, right?
I was confused.
But
I was confused.
it's a weird turn because the main premise of the whole thing is Game trying to defend
Yes.
Drake and the whole
Yeah.
thing. But then at the end of it all, Ross didn't even reply to the track.
No.
It turned into more social media bullshit than it really did like an actual beef. How do you guys feel about Game going up and trying to put the shield up for Drake?
It's a copycat league, man. Like, just like I was worried about like
I didn't
people
like it.
running up on Drake's house and getting it shot up or whatever. Like, it's a copycat league. Everybody's seen, even Champagne Memories, like the way playlists work, the way the streaming era works. Like, there are a million beef playlists out right now that figure that
Crazy
has
name.
all the Drake and Kendrick records, the Ross records, like that, all that type of stuff. People are just trying to get in that playlist. And I think a lot of artists out there are going to see that we're in an era that people want to see conflict. And I think we're going to see more people just calling people out, fucking doing
And it's an
battles.
election year.
It's an election year. You know what I mean? Like Cat
the Knicks
Williams
versus the Pacers.
kicked it off. Like,
Tensions is high.
yeah, tensions is high everywhere. But they saw you can't argue like the money that was made throughout, the attention that all these beefs sort of got. So like I think Game was in there like, all right, I'm gonna try and get into some of this myself. And I don't think Russ took the bait. Russ just like, I'm straight.
I'm just like, if you really want to defend Drake, why didn't you go against the
Go
big
against
dog?
Kendrick, right? We ain't gonna
Why
do
you
that.
why you
I
ain't
ain't
poke
gonna
the
do
big dog? LA, come on, like why
That's
didn't
the
you
weird
just
part
poke
about it.
Why you went for Ross
Right. That's weird.
when
That's
that's not
weird.
even who annihilated Drake?
Well, I feel like he's had a problem with Ross for a while. Like, I think even dating back to like G-Unit days, he probably had a problem with Ross. Unless I'm mixing up my timelines and mixing up my beefs. But like that Venn diagram of 50 Game and Ross, I'm like, I figured at some point
What a
in time,
mix-up.
they didn't like each other.
What's
But-
up with this DeVito and WizKid stuff?
Well, as I
Rosie, I feel like you have to take lead on this.
Our
I see,
Afro beef
I see the
connoisseur.
tweets, but like,
I saw the tweets, but I don't really. From the context I got, it was something about the MSG thing.
Okay.
I think that's where it started.
give us a little bit of background. What MSG thing? What happened?
The very first artist to sell an MSG Afrobeats artist was WizKid.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think Davido took that personally.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just been kind of like, ever since. But then I was like, why didn't you come at Burna Boy? He sold it out a few times.
I'm about to say, Burna Boy, that's a funny thing. So I did the concert for MSG Networks when WizKid came. And we had a whole rollout. We did this thing at Lagos and the Nigerian restaurant had all the African.
I love Lagos.
That's fire.
Lagos fireplace.
Love it.
It was a big deal, obviously, within the Afrobeats community for WizKid to sell at Madison Square Garden. But the conversation I kept having with people that are a lot more closer to the Afrobeats, scene than I am, was like, this isn't something like a DeVito would do because he doesn't get like, I don't think, the way they explained it to me, they were like, they didn't understand like how big Madison Square Garden was as a moment, as opposed to, numbers. They're like so numbers based, the Afrobeats artists. They're like, why do I go take less money to do Madison Square Garden where I can do the O2 Arena that fits 4 times more people and I'm more poppin' than this guy or whatever, right? But I think WizKid doing that first and then Burna Boy following up kind of like showed everybody like, and it's not anything you need to convince to us. I think anybody who's been in entertainment, especially in America, knows when you sell out the Garden, you made it. Like you are a bona fide act here in America. So I always figured that conflict was gonna happen eventually because WizKid got the spot, Burna Boy got the spot.
Yeah, but why he didn't come at Burna Boy? See, people know who to fuck with. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
you know who to fuck with because.
Well, because WizKid's a little diminutive.
I'm thinking if it came to real Afro beef, I don't think Burna Boy somebody you want to mess with. I think he's one of those people you leave him alone.
I think so.
Because one, he got bars, and 2, he looked crazy.
I don't think it's so much that. To me personally, I think Burna Boy just has much more of a stronghold on both Nigeria and America. Like,
I'm also talking about
like Nigerian Bad
music-wise.
Bunny to me, where it's like
I can see that
he is, but
out of here.
It's also like music wise, like he raps and he does his Afrobeat. Like I'm like I think he really like if it was like music beef, David, I only know like maybe 5 songs.
Yeah, it's weird though.
That's why I was like, WizKid makes sense.
WizKid was like the first one.
Hits,
like WizKid.
He has so many hits.
Was the first one I saw that really crossed over here.
Right.
Like, massive records here before Afro beats was like damn near a genre on the radio, and you could hear it all day long now. But it's weird, man. Like, Nigerian men, man, like I don't want to say we have this jealous thing about us, but like we definitely have that.
Yeah, y'all compete with anybody.
We're competitive.
God forbid you see another African in the room. It's
come
over.
on, man. Like we eye them up, you know what I'm saying? That's why, like, if I see a Nigerian I don't recognize in a room full of Nigerians, I'm like, he don't come to our meetings. Who is this person? Like, I don't know this guy. You know what I mean? Like, it just
transplant.
I was like, who is this person? And like, mind you, I'm not as outside as I used to be, but I feel like, the folks that are the movers and shakers in like the Nigerian entertainment industry, I have a pretty solid relationship with. And the way they explain it to me, because I'll never try and make myself seem like I'm all knowing just because I'm Nigerian. I'm like, I'm not. Like I'm, I have my things I listen to, but I'm not nearly a connoisseur like other people, right? But the way they explained it to me was Burna Boy seemed a little bit more organic. You can't really fuck with that dude. He's out of here. And WizKid was the first chosen, like Nigerian transplant child in America that really crossed over. And maybe in Nigeria, I wouldn't know, DeVito probably had a little bit more of that, like, he wasn't as mainstream. So maybe there was more folks in the hometown that like had a little bit more connection to DeVito than they did to WizKid. Similar like to, I'm not saying this is the same thing, but similar to how like Drake is this mainstream dude and Kendrick has a little bit more of this credibility of being like this like artist. I think that's kind of the same thing we saw with WizKid and DeVito. I could be wrong, but that's just kind of the way I think you're wrong there.
I think you're wrong.
I think they're both mainstream as fuck. Kendrick and Drake?
No. I'm talking about WizKid.
Well, first of all, no.
You don't think Kendrick is mainstream?
I don't think Kendrick.
I think Kendrick's mainstream, but he has
he has some mainstream songs, but he's like, he doesn't, he says it, although he does not care for fame.
Yeah.
But you cannot care for fame.
But I don't think.
I'm not doubting Kendrick is super famous.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm talking about mainstream.
Yeah.
Like pop.
You talking about the one with the #1 track right now?
Right now, but it's a diss track. It's not a pop. Like it's not
Kendrick
like
has the cultural currency that Drake never really had, right?
Okay, That's different though than from
that's
being
kind
not
of
mainstream.
where I'm trying to compare
Okay.
it to, where it's like WizKid, super mainstream, super out of here. Of course, he has cultural currency, but not as much as the dude who, you know what I mean, to the purists out there. Like everyone's like, nah, son, I mean, Kendrick is top 5.
So you think Burna Boy is that?
I think
Or you think
DeVito
Davido's
is that to Nigeria.
I disagree.
I might be.
But
I
I'm
might
not
be wrong.
Nigerian.
So wait, I love this though. So DeVito is Kendrick and Drake is
Wizkid, is what he said.
That's just the way I see it from the outside looking in. I might be wrong.
No, I like it. I mean, this is
But,
an interesting way to do it.
You know, that's just the way I saw it, just from the whole MSG thing, just seeing how, you know what I mean, a lot of the Nigerian artists have blown up over the past several years. I mean, like, shit. It all always ties back to Drake, right? Like Wizkid was the first
It's
one.
so weird,
and
bro.
Drake records, Burna Boy as well. Like Drake kind of came. I mean, I'm not saying he put Nigerian Afrobeats on the map, but like that was obviously a big status
helps.
symbol.
That helps.
Definitely doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Wizkid?
saying? When the Wizkid and Drake records,
Oh, yeah.
Drake and Burna Boy records, like all those things kind of
Drake
took
and
place.
Burna Boy don't have a record.
He didn't hop on a Burna Boy record?
No.
I would know this.
Mm-mm.
He
Oh,
doesn't.
sorry. I should
Does
have
it?
sworn that up.
So then who wins this beef between Wizkid and DeVito?
You tell me.
Wizkid just shot at him randomly. He said, "You and all your crew plus your pant washers." What's with the pant thing? People hate each other's pants.
I didn't know. So first of all, this beef taught me like a lot of lingo that I didn't realize was really put down. It's like call somebody weird is like
Or freaky ass.
freaky ass.
Freaky, yeah.
Freaky ass. Nigga, sitting on-
You're a fan. That's
and
crazy.
making fun of people's pants. Like this man has weird pants.
That has to be it.
I didn't realize how deep that cuts people, yo. Like
don't
Lone
like
just
your
called it straight
pants.
from Meek Mill on the way here. It's like,
I don't like your pants, bro.
You know, so if we could just backtrack a little bit,
okay.
this is kind of Loki's fault.
It is low-key's fault.
You know why, right? So outside of that Meek Mill tweet,
Yeah.
right? 50 put up, and I told you already that. Did I mention that 50 and Meek were beefing too?
So wait, was Low defending Fifth and caught a stray?
So this
Lo
is what
was just
happened.
telling Meek the 50.
to stand down.
Yeah, Chris.
Yeah,
Don't tell a grown ass man to stand down.
I understand.
Right.
Left field.
But on top of
And
that,
it's not like Meek didn't have something.
And also,
to do
were
with
you
it.
not even in this, bro? He probably
no,
like,
yeah.
you stand down. This is my.
That's my friend.
fair, right? And then he came in his pants. But but before that, right? 50 like a day ago, he put up pictures of himself with a fedora. I'm gonna put this up as well, right? And he said, "You sold 6K copies of your last project. You should not be on vacation, still chasing the dream or embracing the nightmare, standing by your man that I respect." Low key quote tweets that he says, "See, man." So like, this is low key's fault.
All right.
He said you should
I'm not
not.
gonna go too deep because
Dude,
Lo's
like,
not here to defend himself.
50 is crazy. You should not be on vacation. It's crazy.
Low picked a side.
Yeah, he did.
That's kind of the risk
Which I
he
understand.
runs. That's
Yeah.
the risk you run when you pick a side so publicly. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna wait for Lo to get here.
But I'm excited for when Low comes back, and then we'll
I
get
can't believe
into
he
it.
got big time today, but it's okay. It happens.
Apple called.
Apple call.
You should
Apple
not
call.
be on vacation. See what I'm saying? This is funny. I love petty shit. That shit is funny to me. Like you ain't work hard enough. You got
That's my
why you on
friend.
vacation?
Get
So I'm
up.
not gonna shit on him.
No, that's 50 talking
But
to me.
Oh
yeah, that was 50
Oh
talking to me.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what
Alright,
they're talking to me.
Go ahead.
No, yeah.
Lo's not on vacation.
Yeah, he clearly working right now. But yeah, that
Where's
was
your head
that was
at?
50 and a Meek. But the point is that Loki requoted that tweet.
Yeah, he got involved.
He got involved,
Should've
and then
minded
he
his
said,
business.
"Meek, sit down." And then that's when they talked about it.
And if Meek went down the whole time, which he probably did, look at all Loki's tweets, he was probably like, "Oh, you take a fifth side, got it."
Yeah.
I just think it's crazy that he went for his advocate because that's like Twitter 101 of standing
I
your
think
ground
that's
against
hilarious.
somebody.
I think for him,
You go straight for the Avi.
I think for him to
I do
say
that
like,
though.
Yeah.
Like when somebody's trying to troll me, the first thing I do is like save their Abby so I can just look
There's
at
a
it.
there's
to
a
go from you look like you never chased your dreams supposed to.
there's a dude I know. His name is Rainy. Like he purposely has a bad Avi, right?
Yeah.
This is Avi,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
and
that's
that's the
terrible.
first thing people go for every single time, and it's a trap.
So
He just
blames
hails
people.
down on them as soon as they do that, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
Look, last beef that we'll do
Yeah, I'm
is Mike versus Jake Paul.
I'm no. All right,
So it's not
you start.
beef, but I think
I mean, it's going
beef,
to the ring.
We
at
have
least.
beef with that match.
I feel like
I have beef with that match.
Okay.
What's your beef?
what's your beef with the match?
That I don't think Mike Tyson, a fucking legend, should be fighting this white TikToker.
Nah, Jake Paul's
granted,
bigger than 6 Pac now.
All right, granted, I've seen some of his fights. Okay, cool. However, I don't think Mike should. I think she should have never he should have said no.
Would you take $20 million to fight Jake Paul?
Yes.
That's exactly.
I'm not Mike Tyson. I'm not Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson's
I'm not Mike Tyson.
That's probably
You would get less.
biggest-
You know, all right, how do you feel? Do you feel like somebody should retire before they get washed up or be washed up in the league and be forced in retirement?
He's professionally already washed
He's
up.
already-
bro.
Exactly. So just stay out because
Not if
this
20
all-
million's
this
on
all
the
started
table.
for the pandemic, right? Like
Right.
Mike Tyson fought
Roy Jones Jr.
I think on Triller.
I saw that.
Mike looked decent. Like he looked like he was about to knock Roy out for a minute, and I was like, "Oh shit,
He
Mike's
didn't
still
win
there."
though, did he?
It was a draw. They called it a draw, but to the naked eye, it looked like Mike whipped his ass. All right, and I was like, "Oh my god, Mike is still."
He's still fighting.
I
He
don't
was
know.
super out of shape before that fight, and
then
then
you saw
turned
the
his shit
training
over.
videos,
Yeah.
and it's like that muscle
got
memory
cut.
never turns off. Like there's some things there where you're just like, yo,
But this-
he may not be able to compete against like the top heavyweights of right now, but he could show whip the random niggas ass every single day. You know what I mean? He's still Mike Tyson, but
I don't like it, bro. I don't like it. I don't like it. Why are you fighting this young white? Like, why leave him? Like, just
I got.
no, I don't
This
like
is
it.
why. This is
I don't
why,
want that
Rosy.
to be what we remember of Mike.
It won't be.
And I hope he taps into the Holyfield fight and like bites the ear off or something. I pray to God.
That would be pretty insane.
I would love that.
I'd
This is
love-
what you
I would
wanted?
love that too.
I'm gonna.
And I want his tiger to be right on the wing side too.
I gotta say something
I got
a
a lot
little
of
bit
requests.
controversial, man.
Bro.
I like the Paul brothers, bro.
That's
I like
controversial?
I like what the
In
Paul
2024?
brothers. I like what the Paul brothers bring to the combat sports.
This is what I hate about that take.
Why?
You probably didn't like them when they first came out. They were probably
course
really
not.
That's
fucking
natural, though.
annoying.
Of course not.
Okay, so why
have
all of
a
a sudden
reason.
now, you know what though? This is why you can't listen to people. This is why you
Because-
can't listen to criticism.
because
they're
this
not gonna
is-
like you at first.
Well, because this is the sport of prize fighting, and the point of the prize is either a title or lots of money. And some people who may not ever fight for a title would much rather take the lots of money. And because we're in
Tyson
an
has his
era of content and just seeing people just do stuff. A lot of people, if Jake Paul really wants to become a real fighter and train to become the middleweight champion of the world or the light heavyweight champion of the world, any of that type of stuff, you can make the argument that he'd be losing money chasing and fighting like lesser known fighters to try and work up to become the respectable real boxer
But
he
I don't
is,
think he was gonna do that.
where he can. Why would he?
He
Where
trains
could-
like he does.
where he can
Like,
just troll.
He's an athlete.
Where he can troll, use his celebrity to fight people on. Mind you, you gotta break it down like this. This is one of the first, probably going to be the biggest live sporting events in Netflix history. Like it's going to be on
right,
Netflix.
it's on Netflix.
It's not like you're buying.
Right.
Like it's going on Netflix. So it's like.
That's perfect.
So
That's
the
kinda
bag
Everybody
that
have my
they're
crib?
both getting for that has to be ridiculous. And that's been the growing theme with Jake Paul and the Paul brothers. Like, say what you want about them personally. They've done some wild shit in the beginning of their careers, obviously. But they have been responsible for some of the biggest paydays in a lot of these athletes' career, probably they'll ever get, just so they can continue doing this sort of weird niche that
He's
they
really
found in
short.
combat sports.
Who?
Jake Paul?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not the tallest dude. Like,
to
he's a Disney kid.
He came somewhere I was working.
But
with.
he's wide.
Yeah, he's like he's a running back.
He's
Yeah,
6'1".
I saw him at the Garden.
Short and-
What are y'all talking about? He's short. I'm
He's
short.
short.
Logan Paul's
I'm
tall.
5'6".
Logan Paul.
No, he's short. He came
He's
to
6'1".
balance. It doesn't make sense.
Well, he's more wider than he is tall. Like he has to. Like he's a stout motherfucker.
I didn't know that was him. But they were like, "Yo, go take care of that." I was like, "Okay." And then
Mike
I'm looking
Tyson's
at-
5'10". That's not that far. I thought it was closer. Yeah, I mean that's gonna be an interesting fight. I think
I know. I think Jake Paul might get him too. That's the only thing that hurts me. I mean, Jake Paul, like you pay that, you negotiate that amount of money to get Mike Tyson to fight, to be able to
to say you beat Mike Tyson.
to say you can beat Mike Tyson.
And I
20K,
swear,
20
like
mil.
Logan
I'm
Paul,
telling you, I hope Mike Tyson does some.
and
I
that's
hope
what they're
all that shit
counting on.
pops in.
That is what they're
I
counting
hope
on.
he does some wild shit.
That's what they are counting
And then you'd be
on.
like, then that's why you don't fuck with Mike.
That's what they're counting on. They're
But
counting
that's
for the
the-
casual fan like you to be like, I hope Mike Tyson knocks this motherfucker out.
You know he's 57, right?
Yes.
He's 57 years old.
He's 57.
I think it goes the
from
distance.
Brooklyn. Crazy.
Yeah.
I think
That's how you get your money's worth for advertising.
Yeah,
at
it'll
least.
go. If I had to guess, I think it'll go the distance. But like, I think Jake Paul definitely has the ability to knock Mike down. I don't know if he knocks him out.
Yeah.
He could definitely get a
No,
knockdown,
bro.
Listen,
He's
Logan
57 years old.
He's been doing this his whole life.
It doesn't matter.
It's not like you're like my dad doing it that's never fought in his life or worked out. It's a 57-year-old
Mike also has a
professional
Paul's
40 years
boxer.
younger.
and even as good as Mike Tyson looked in that Roy Jones fight, that was 4 years ago already. You know what I
And he
mean?
hasn't stopped training.
And
All
Jake
right,
Paul's
man.
still been
All
fighting.
right, everybody.
No, trust me. I want Mike Tyson
Let's
to
table
knock this
this
man
conversation.
out. I want Mike Tyson to knock. I think
not about to
Mike
talk
Tyson
about Mike
knocking him
like
out. Either way, this is why it's brilliant.
And they're
This-
fighting as heavyweights.
They're fighting as heavyweights. And this is why I think it's brilliant what the Paul brothers do, because they know either way there's interest. The point of prize fighting is driving interest. And I think that's where all these beefs are coming from, why people are conflicting, why the Kendrick and Drake shit was so interesting to people, why other people are trying to jump into it, because everybody wants to see people go head to head in certain stuff. It doesn't matter if it's a real championship. It doesn't matter if the person is popular. If it's two people I've heard of, I'm going to watch them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what's happening with Mike Tyson.
There's
And
a-
that's why it's brilliant.
Mike pissing
There'll be
me off.
people, I want to see Jake Paul knock this guy out and be like, oh my God, he actually knocked out Mike Tyson.
Yeah, you know who's gonna beat those
and there's
people?
I want to see Mike Tyson knock this white boy out.
Exactly.
There's been-
You know who's gonna be those people?
Yeah.
Racist white people. So I'm like, yeah, knock him out.
I think racist white people love Mike Tyson.
Yeah, like Mike Tyson.
because they're
Mike
scared of
Tyson's
him.
in that air of
Yeah.
like colorless black people to
Yeah.
racist.
They're scared of him, and they probably bet on him so many times during his career.
Like, I hate those coons, but that damn Iron Mike.
That was Kazeem. That's Cass who said
That
that.
damn Iron Mike, man. Boy, I gotta tell you this.
This is the official rules.
Yeah.
It's a heavyweight fight.
Okay.
It's 8 2-minute rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Knockouts are allowed. They're wearing 14-ounce gloves. There's no headgear. And then, worst case scenario, it goes to the result of the official records. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. I think it's crazy because I don't think Jake Paul will ever fight at heavyweight ever again.
Let me tell you something.
Right?
When Mike wins, I'm jumping out my window. I swear.
It'll be that surprising to you?
No, I'll be that happy.
I
I'll
can
be
see
that happy.
Mike Tyson
It's
still
like,
does
why
that
y'all
to
playing with people?
That's the beautiful thing about boxing, though. Like, and certain other sports, like folks that you grew up rooting for, every once in a while could come out and just like do that one thing one more time. Like, wouldn't it be great if we could just see like Michael Jordan play somebody one-on-one for pay-per-view just
Yes.
one last time?
That would make so
Yes.
much money.
I would watch
What?
that. I'd watch the hell out
and
of
you know
it.
who it would be too.
No,
You know it'd be Braun.
bro. But
I
I
would
think it'll be
hate.
fair.
I would hate that.
I think
I
it'd
would
be
hate
fair.
it, but that's why we would root for Mike even more.
There you go. Yeah.
Like if
Watch
Michael
it.
Jackson was still alive, I would love a dance battle with Chris Brown.
Actually, I love that you mentioned Braun real quick because I wanted to ask you about this.
What's up?
How do you feel about Bronny now officially doing the combine?
He looked good. I ain't gonna lie, Bronny looked like he put on some weight. You know what I mean? He hit like 19
He was out for a
threes.
little bit, right?
Well, you had
Yeah.
people forget like he had cardiac arrest.
Yeah, he had a cardiac
Before
arrest.
the
No, that's what I'm
season
saying.
started.
He
Like,
was out.
This dude was still an All-American coming out of high school. He was still highly touted. Yeah, he didn't have the greatest USC season, but like he fucking literally almost dropped dead at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And he had to work his way back up to that. And you could even see, if you see like the beginning of his USC season to what he looked like yesterday, it was night and day. Dude is 215 pounds, rock solid. He had a 40-inch vertical, which was second in everybody who tested. And the
40?
40-inch
I
vertical.
gotta, hey, I
But
got
he
to start
had-
with 36.
yo, okay.
Just saying.
You have a 36-inch vertical?
You do not have a 36
Rose,
inch
you do
vertical.
not have a 36-inch
36?
vertical.
You
Inch
wanna see something
vertical?
right now?
6-inch
You wanna see
vertical?
it?
Yes.
A box
You
jump.
clap
Yeah.
boards,
A
Rose?
box jump?
You would not clap
I don't think
boards.
you have to.
You want to see?
Yes. Pull it
I
up.
have to see this.
But
Okay.
like you were
I
saying,
will.
while
you
she
do not have a
excited.
36-inch
Okay.
vertical. I'm
It
dying.
might be 33, but I still got it.
I mean,
But it's
that's still
still
not
fair.
bad.
Like, it's not
33 is
bad,
not
yo.
bad.
Anything
No,
above
no,
But
no,
36
no.
is crazy.
I'm
Yeah.
Anything above 32.
Yeah, I was gonna
You
say.
just commented on the other day when I was doing them.
Yeah.
That was 32.
Okay, 32 is believable.
36 is
I got
crazy.
you right now.
36
Hold
is
on.
like, yo,
I
go
got you
deep.
right now.
He
I
hit
got
the
you right
40.
now.
Rose,
He hit
you
the
so
40
good.
with a little running start too.
Okay, all right.
You know, like
like a non-assisted like vertical, he got the running start 40. So that's different than a box jump.
Okay.
So,
oh, so
but still.
yeah,
They have
dunk,
like the
right?
marker where you run
So
and
you
you
run and
slap
start
it
and then you-
like
okay.
basketball. But like
Well,
a
yeah,
box
that's
jump, different. But still.
That might be harder. Box jump though, because you don't have a
box
running
jump.
start.
yeah, because you just
For sure.
fucking yeah.
It's all one motion. But damn,
Yeah, he put some mass on. Pause if that's
he got bigger.
Hey, yo,
The draft this year isn't that deep.
no.
And like
Hawks getting the number 1.
the Hawks got the number 1 pick, and they got money.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't think Bronny projects to be. Before the combine, he projected to be like a mid-second rounder. And everybody was just talking about like, yo, if you got second round picks, like it's a good pick and stash and take him to the G League. And even at worst, you put him on a G League team and now that G League team is popping because Bronny's son is playing.
But you know where they wanted to go.
Well, but of course, the Lakers have already made it known that they will draft Bronny if it means holding on to LeBron James. But now he has his combine where he actually looks pretty good. And you're just like, and you remember all the health stuff he went through and maybe USC, and that happens with a lot of college players. Some players project to be better pros than college players because it's 2 halves, it's a lot of half-court playing. Bronny is an up-and-down player, and he's athletic, and he can shoot and all this type of stuff. It's not inconceivable to think he'll be a better pro than a college player. That being said, makes things really interesting considering that LeBron's a free agent. And if he does leave the Lakers...
I think he's waiting. He's waiting.
I mean, dog, he pulled up to the Cavs game yesterday.
He is waiting. And I respect it.
He could have chilled in the suite and waited from the crowd.
You think he goes back to Cleveland?
He was front row center with wifey.
No way.
Hey,
Oh, yeah, he did.
You think he goes back to Cleveland?
LeBron never does nothing by like happenstance.
Yeah.
Everything has a purpose to it. So I don't know if it's putting pressure on the Lakers. I don't know if it's warming up the Cavs to maybe having something happen, like because that literally was what happened last time. He was a member of the Miami Heat. Zydrunas Ilgauskas was getting his jersey retired. LeBron came back to Cleveland to be part of the jersey retirement and be part of that team that went to the conference finals or whatever. He got that roaring home ovation, and then the light bulb went off, and then a year later, he was back on the Cavs. Right?
And you think they put Bronny in the Cavs?
I think Bronny performed so well at the combine, it has to make at least teams think twice about not drafting him.
Yeah.
Like, even if he's somebody you draft and stash, he's already shown me enough. I don't really count so much as USC time because obviously I don't want to put too much.
I found the video, guys.
Obviously. What's up?
I found the video.
Well, I want to see that.
I see a 36-inch vertical.
What's 18 plus 18?
Vince Carter, Rose Carter.
What's 18 plus 18?
36, but still.
36.
I'm going to need this video.
All right. Let me do this.
We're reacting to I'm putting it here right now.
All right. Okay, let me play it again. Hold on.
What's the problem? Oh, now you want to judge it.
Let me see.
It's a 36-inch box jump, right? I'm not going to say that.
Okay.
But
however,
the vert, like, I got to see you clap boards now. Like, are you, like, would you jump, are you, like, slapping the rim? Backboard?
Nah.
Can you swipe the net?
I could.
What?
Okay.
Okay, I can believe that you could swipe the net. Yeah.
Believe that. Yeah. All right, so baby. We gonna do a say less combine.
Fuck y'all for doubting me.
I mean,
First
36 inch a woman
lot.
with a 36-inch vertical is a lot.
That's good though, but you're athletic as fuck.
You are an athlete.
Yeah.
I will say that. I will say that.
Now I'm gonna do it again and tag y'all.
I gotta see you do it on a hoop.
I'm gonna do it in the gym tomorrow and
We
tag
gotta
y'all.
find that thing that they use at the combine, the little slap.
The little
thing.
slap thingy.
I
gotta
always
do
said we
that.
should have an Olympics, and Shadi was gonna
I'll
come up
do
with all
it.
the workouts
I'll
for
do
me.
it. I'll show
Lowe's
all
gonna
y'all.
tap out.
I know Lloyd gonna make it. Lloyd gonna make it.
You'll make.
I'll show y'all love.
He raced you.
I smoked him.
Damn, that was like 3 years ago. I forgot about that. Wow.
I can still probably smoke him.
Did slap him
Look,
on his
but staying into sports and like basketball.
Yep.
You already know what I'm gonna ask you.
I'll talk to me.
Today's
Knicks.
is another day, but today's at MSG.
Yep.
Knicks versus Pacers.
Game 5.
How promising do you feel of a Knicks W?
I ain't gonna lie, not that promising.
I'm a little nervous for y'all.
I'm a little nervous. I mean, after a while.
Rosy ain't shit, by the way. I just want to say that.
Wow, what happened?
Because that day when they were down by 40, Shorty goes and gets into the group chat and goes, Kaz, I know this must be hard for you to watch.
I was like, this is a rough watch.
You should see Rosy's text messages during the other games. Like, just always hyping the other team. Like, I do.
Well, okay.
Nah, I respect that though. You need some. You need people like
in
that.
all
I'm like, Rosy, I'm not responding to you right
In
now.
all fairness, this is the first year that I'm like, I'm going for New York because the Yankees are doing well and the Knicks are doing well. So
Rangers are doing well,
I
even though
want
they
New
lost
York
on
to
Rangers.
just do well, right?
Of course.
But then we got, my homie on the Pacers. I want him to do well.
I
as well.
understand.
So I'm
you
struggling.
And Obi, we love Obi here.
Shout
Obi's
out.
the homie. That's, you know what I mean?
homie.
Knicks fan. I mean, former Nick. He was a homie over here. We always want Obi to do well, but we want you to lose, buddy.
Yeah. Hold
Obi,
his
that's
L,
not true.
Obi.
I want you to win. I want to see you
shout
win.
out to Obi Senior. You know what I mean? See him at the Garden all the time. Still, his brother Jacob Toppins on the Knicks also got mad love for the Toppins, but.
He's like, I don't want to see you do well.
I want to see you do well. No,
Yeah.
I want to see you do well. Like when you went East Bay in the game, I was like, that's Obi. That's my man. He do that. But I
not
want
too
to see
much
you
though.
win.
Like, not too much though. Not too much.
I ain't trying to see you win no games. I ain't
So
trying
let
to
me
see
ask you a question, Kaz.
home. What's up?
What happened game 3?
So,
Because that
game
was rough.
What didn't happen?
You talking about game 4?
Game 4. What happened game 4? That was rough.
That was to me. That was a schedule.
Was someone out?
It was a schedule loss. So they're already out OG and Anunoby. Game 3, they come dangerously close to stealing that on the road, except Andrew Nebhart shoots a 32-foot prayer that goes in with less than a minute left to go. But you remember they had mad chances to do that. They couldn't get no rebounds. They're down Randall. They're down Mitchell Robinson. They're down Bogdanovich.
That's what I was.
They're down
I didn't know
OG.
who wasn't playing.
And those are 4 of your most important players all down. And they were still right there at game 3. And I knew if they didn't get game 3, they wasn't going to get game 4 because the game was on Sunday at 3 o'clock. To go from Friday to Sunday afternoon, that's not a ton of rest, especially when you're already playing a ton of minutes, right?
Are those players coming back?
I don't think OG's coming back. Randall's out for the season. Bogey's out for the season. Mitch is probably out for
So it's all on Brunson.
So it's all on the Nova Knicks. It's all on Brunson, Hart, and DiVincenzo. Precious could give you some time. Alec Burks looked all right. But I'll say this, man. Like,
Burks was doing all right.
Burks is doing all right in Indy. And they'll need him to do all right tonight as well. But I'll say as a whole, man, like, I can't even... the injuries have been so significant. Like, I don't think any true Knicks fan could, like, even fault this team if it doesn't go their way, right? Like, obviously, everybody saw how good this team was in the beginning of January when they were smacking teams and they were fully healthy. They got Anunoby, they got all these guys, and they just looked like a whole new team. Randall gets hurt. Hart rises. Like, everybody, they had the great level of depth to their team that even when people went down and like Josh Hart and DiVincenzo played up to another level, you felt good about this team going forward, saying like, all right, it may not even be this year. And even if they were healthy, there's still the possibility that you weren't beating the Boston Celtics anyway because they've just been running through teams all year.
Hey.
But I think any real Knicks fan will take that because they're saying, all right, like, we got something here. Like, Brunson is an undisputed, like, superstar in this league, right? Like, Josh Hart has become a dude. DiVincenzo has become a dude. You got this Villanova thing going on. On top of that, you're going to get an all-star back next year in Randall when he's finally healthy. You're going to, the OG thing worries me because he's a little, banged up, and he gets banged up a little bit too much to my liking. But I say all that to say, Knicks basketball here, I think this season was more about, like, establishing that, like, the Knicks aren't a joke no more. Like, they're a real, like, it really reset the culture of NBA basketball. And I think just even further out from what it did for the Knicks, I think for the league as a whole, I don't got the numbers in front of me. I can't, read them out to you. But all that talk about the NBA being better when the Knicks are relevant, I think we're seeing it, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Of course.
the NBA has been lit because every single Knicks game, save for that Mother's Day joint, has come down to the wire. Jalen Brunson has become a household name. The fans are the fans. They've shown that they're the best fan base probably in sports.
Crazy.
Just as far as, like, how they celebrate after every single win. Like, it's the closest thing I could compare it to is, like, soccer overseas. Like, that's how crazed Knicks fans are, right? So I think that you can take some solace into it. So I'll be honest, like, I don't feel the greatest going into this game 5 right now, but you have these fans. You have New York City. You have the Garden, which can really propel dudes that may not be as good as the Pacers right now to play higher than themselves because you got 18,000 people going nuts for you after every single play, every single game. They've been great at home all playoffs long. That's really all I'm hoping for. And Brunson.
Tonight's what, game 5?
Game 5, 2-2
Game 5.
right
So I
now.
will say this, though.
Yeah.
I really hope it goes to game 7 because I would hate for them to win in New York. That would suck
Why?
for you guys.
Oh, Pacers win in New York. Got it.
Pacers.
Sorry.
Take it.
Yeah, me too.
So
I mean,
that's why I'm like, I hope it
that
at
would
least
hurt.
goes to Game 7.
That would be 2 years in a row.
yeah, but it's all right though. 'Cause it's like you got two of the next 3 games if they split in New York. You know what I mean? I think a Game 7 in New York City would be.
Would it be here? Oh,
Yeah, it would be here.
They're splitting.
It would be
the
next.
last-
Split it, yeah.
Oh,
So they're MSG
I thought the next
tonight.
2 games were at
They're MSG tonight. They're in Indiana for Game 6.
Oh,
and
got it.
Oh,
They
okay.
split the next 2 Game 7.
Oh, well, then
here.
maybe I don't want it to go to Game 7.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I think a Game 7 would be nuts here. But I think regardless, the Knicks are just in a better position than almost any other franchise out there outside of a team who wins the championship, right? They got a ton of cap space. They got a superstar player. They got a culture. They got a million draft picks. They have every opportunity to get another star player this offseason, which is I think they're going to do. Like, I think they put themselves in a position where, like, hey, we got our core. We got Brunson. We got what we need. We got all these assets that we've been holding on to finally go and get that star player to help this team if need be. Now, what they do with all those things remains to be seen, but I don't think any real Knicks fan is going to be like heartbroken if they lose to the Pacers. They're like, all right, like
Fuck that. I'm gonna be heartbroken.
we lost. I mean,
think
no,
y'all-
they were down.
You're going to be hard. It doesn't matter who you
ton of
lose to. You guys are going to be hard.
No, but I mean, I'm not.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised though. That's the difference. I'm gonna be heartbroken, but not surprised.
I don't want to
expectations
build
aren't
up
high, but it's
excuses.
not-
It's not
Right,
build
right.
up an excuse, but it's still like, man, after a while, it's like, yo, like you're running out of capable bodies to run with this team. Like, it's not like you're losing fully strength, or even close to fully strength, or even fully suited up. It's it's been the story this year, but
All right, so then walking into Game 5, even though by the time this is out, we're gonna find out. We're gonna know. I'm just curious to your prediction.
I think the Knicks win tonight.
Okay.
I think the Knicks do win tonight. I think they lose Game 6.
I think that home advantage is going to take
Yeah,
over.
I think home court advantage is going to take place tonight. Role players play better at home, and that's what we saw in Indiana. Like, we saw guys like Andrew Nebhard hitting 31 footers that he never hits. All these guys off the bench that couldn't get nothing in MSG. That's just what happens. Like, the stars will be stars everywhere, but the role players play better at home. I think the Knicks win tonight. I think the Pacers win in 6.
I'm excited to see how Burke does at home after that. He had a good game last game.
Yeah, Alec Burks is, and
He
you gotta remember,
he was not missing. I was like, okay.
Alec Burks was balling for the Knicks like years ago in
Yeah, I
2020
remember that.
when he was here for a while. And he was a Knicks favorite. He got traded here. He didn't play that well. And he found himself at the end of the bench. And I think injuries have sort of forced him back into the lineup. And he is a guy that could be a hero tonight. Like,
Yeah.
he's got to find some points somewhere. You got to find those 30 or 40 points that are on the bench or in street clothes and make up for it.
Street clothes.
Um,
That's crazy.
It's
Pick
true.
a favorite fan.
It's true, man, but it's gonna be a good one. I can't wait. I'm not going though. I don't think my heart can take it. My blood pressure's too high. I ain't gonna lie, yo. I went to the doctor yesterday.
Old people shit. It's the
Dead ass,
playoffs.
yo.
Can you please check my blood pressure,
I
doc?
need to be able to change the channel if that shit goes south, man. I'm dead ass. Like I see
The
a
last
different
time
level.
you guys lost, I was by MSG. I was at a bar by MSG.
Yeah.
And we thought they were going to win. It was against Philly.
Yeah.
The city was so sad. I've never seen so many grown men walking with their head literally down. Like,
It was a different
they
type of
weren't
loss.
talking to
though.
each other. It sounded so quiet.
It's a different type of loss. I'll tell you, because I'd rather what happened on Sunday get blown out by that many points than what happened when we lost.
Because they almost won.
I'm sitting there with the MSG microphone, getting ready to go interview folks coming off a Celebrity Row. Miles McBride hits a shot to go up 8 with like less than a minute to go, and then it's like somebody just unplugged the speaker out of the damn place. You know what I mean? When he hit that 4-point play and then that 3-pointer from the logo, it was just shocking. So like everybody was walking around, whatever. But I think when he got blown out by 40.
You expect it.
I mean, you already know what you're heading into.
At
after
least
that.
you got some rest. At least you got to sit down and be like, all right, like, we know it just counts for one game. It's not like the points carry over. Start from scratch.
Yeah, do it again.
and just focus on
Take it
game
next.
5. So, but in any case, it's been an ill season. I hope the season isn't over by the time this is already heard.
comes out, yeah.
But man, I don't think Knicks fans have anything to hang their heads about if that's the way it goes.
All right. Well, that's it for
We'll
today.
see.
That's it for today, man. Very action-packed episode. Lo will be back next week, and I can't wait to
Yeah, I
talk
can't wait for that either.
to him about that.
I'm mad because he's not gonna be as upset next week.
Nah.
But unless some other shit happens
It
with
would
Mike.
have been perfect timing 2 out of 3 times.
If
Like,
he
having Euphoria
right.
drop
Yeah.
and then having the Meek thing happen as we're taping, it's like
If he had to go into an emergency taping,
yeah,
it could have been called, we had some technical. No, it's called an emergency taping.
taping. Yeah.
Something must have happened.
Yeah.
So
Or
I'm excited.
I'm
it's
thinking we're
about
gonna have
go
more to talk
down.
about by then.
By next week.
But in any case, that's a wrap for Say Less with Kaz, Loki, and Rosy. Rosy, anything this weekend? You good? Chilling?
I'm chilling.
Alrighty. You catch me on Fanatic Sportsbook. Catch me on the Ringer Wrestling Show Monday and Thursday. You catch me on This Is Awesome, WWE Ultimate Show on Peacock. And
Peacock.
gosh, I think I'll be doing an episode of the Putback on SNY, and hopefully the Knicks are still playing by then. But in any case, youtube.com/Kazeem. Thank you so much for listening. And as we always do at this time, stay free, stay safe, and always say less. Catch y'all next time, people. Have a good one.
Say less.